Welcome, curious minds, to The Deep Dive. We're about to embark on an intellectual journey, maybe a little different from our usual expeditions into, stacks of research or detailed reports. Today, we're going to explore something that, well, at first glance, might seem like just one small detail, but actually it contains an entire universe of potential. Just a book title. Sometimes the most profound insights, the really captivating mysteries, they don't need hundreds of pages. Sometimes they just spring from a single compelling idea, a phrase, or, like today, just the title itself. It kind of shows how language can pack in these huge claims and really spark our curiosity. Okay, so let's unpack this then. Our source material for this deep dive is, pretty unusual. It's only the title of a single book. We don't have the chapters, the index, not even a page of content beyond these very specific words. And yet this title alone, it just sparks a whole universe of questions, possibilities. It pulls us into thinking about what could be. So our mission today is to really dissect the implications, the big questions raised by just this title.
To try and understand what kind of information a source like this promises to deliver, and maybe more importantly, why that promise is so compelling. It's like an exercise in intellectual extrapolation, exploring the potential these few words create. We're treating this title as its own little data set, really, full of implied meaning.
What's fascinating here is exactly that, the way it just grabs you, that immediate curiosity that pull a simple title can have. It's an empty vessel, sure, but it's shaped in a way that almost seems to vibrate with the promise of these, massive claims, revelations that could totally change how we see the world. Think about the skill involved in boiling down such huge ideas into so few words. It needs an understanding of, human psychology, our desire for discovery, for hidden truths. So the goal here, it isn't to review a book we can't read, it's to explore the landscape it creates, to engage with the potential of its claims, and figure out why that promise resonates so deeply. It's really an exploration of suggestion and how we react to the unknown.
Absolutely. It's about the sheer potential in those words. The stories they hint at without actually telling. It's like a carefully set up riddle almost. Demands your attention. So let's not wait. Let's reveal our singular source for today. The title that grabbed our imagination and is the bedrock for this deep dive is Antarctica 2025, the forbidden continent that holds Earth's true history.
Wow. Just hearing it read out like that, you feel the weight, don't you? Each word feels deliberate, chosen for maximum impact. Let's start right at the beginning. The place itself, Antarctica. Okay, this isn't just any place. It's a continent that's already wrapped in mystery, right? Almost tailor-made for these kinds of big stories. Think about it. It's isolation, way down at the bottom of the world, surrounded by the treacherous Southern Ocean. The environment is about as harsh as it gets. Unbelievably cold temperatures, massive blizzards and ice sheets. Well, they average over a mile thick, sometimes nearly 3 miles. Just that physical remoteness, the constant challenge it presents, it naturally lends itself to tales of the unknown, things hidden or preserved under all that ice. It's literally frozen in time. And that image immediately makes you think of preservation, of ancient secrets just held there. And then there's its unique status, politically and scientifically. That adds another layer. It's governed by the Antarctic Treaty System, signed by loads of nations. And this treaty basically sets it aside for peaceful science, a global scientific preserve. It bans military stuff, nuclear tests, radioactive waste disposal, and crucially, it puts all those old land claims on hold, freezes them, so no single country really owns the place or its resources. Now, this focus on science, while great, also means it's not somewhere you just go for a holiday, right? Or dig for minerals. Access is really tightly controlled, mostly to protect the environment and the science, which just reinforces this image of it being separate, a place where secrets could legitimately be kept, even if just for scientific reasons. So you've got the vastness, the emptiness, the ice-preserving things, and this unique governance. It already primes us to think it could hold big secrets. It whispers mystery even before you add anything else. And historically, just getting there was incredibly hard. Think Acker Shackleton, Scott. It cemented its reputation as a place that resists us, guards its secrets.
And then, bam, right in the title, 2025. A very specific, very near date. It's not ancient Antarctica or something from the past. It's 2025. What does that suggest? Especially for a book claiming to reveal Earth's true history. What's the significance of that time frame?
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, that date, 2025, is really significant, psychologically powerful. It immediately gives this sense of, immediacy. Like this isn't some old, dusty theory, it's new. It implies information that's only just now becoming available or understood, maybe even allowed to be revealed. Why 2025? It feels too specific to just be random, doesn't it? Okay, so on one hand, it could be tied to science, maybe breakthroughs, new drilling tech, or advanced ways to see under the ice, things just coming online now. Sophisticated radar systems mapping what's miles down, or seismic imaging, creating 3D models of things under the glaciers. Maybe even theoretical stuff like neutrino detectors becoming practical, things that could potentially see through solid rock and ice. And AI, too. Imagine AI crunching massive data sets of satellite images or seismic readings, spotting patterns humans missed for decades. These things could realistically, or at least speculatively, be viable around 2025, letting us see what was hidden. It suggests the continent isn't giving up secrets easily, but maybe technology is finally cracking it open. Or, on the other hand, maybe it suggests a timed release, like a countdown. Maybe highly classified information is scheduled for declassification around then. Statute of limitations running out on old secrets, maybe Cold War discoveries.
So something hidden deliberately is set to come out.
Could be. Or perhaps some big event is expected by then, like a specific ice sheet melting maybe, uncovering something. Or just enough scientific evidence piles up that it forces a public reveal. It positions the book and the secrets it claims to hold as super contemporary, reflecting either brand new discoveries or insights that are radically shifting things. It's almost like a call to action, Pay attention, this is happening now. It taps into our modern expectation of constant news, constant discovery, breaking news from the most unlikely place.
So just with Antarctica and 2025, you can feel this narrative building. Deep mystery, secrets about to be unveiled very soon. It's the perfect setup for what comes next in the title, which really pushes things into the extraordinary, the forbidden continent. I mean, what does that even mean? An entire continent being forbidden? That word makes your ears perk up, doesn't it? Suggests something deliberately off limits. Different from just being remote.
You're absolutely right. Forbidden just sparks a different kind of curiosity, more intense. It implies an active force, a will behind the restrictions. Someone is keeping people out or keeping something in. Let's break down the layers of forbidden here. From the obvious to the really speculative. Okay, first, there's the physical forbiddance. We sort of touched on this. Antarctica is just inherently hostile. Extreme cold, huge ice sheets, sudden blizzards, deep crevasses, lack of infrastructure, all that, these huge parts of it naturally inaccessible, forbidden to just anyone wandering by. You need serious gear, training, support, the kind only big scientific missions usually have. So you're definitely not just popping down for a weekend camping trip. This natural barrier helps build the mystique. Secrets could easily be preserved just because it's so hard to get there. Then you've got the legal or political forbiddance, which is key to Antarctic status. Like we said, the Antarctic Treaty bans military stuff, nukes, waste, holds land claims in check, promotes science. So there are definitely known established reasons why certain things are forbidden there. Publicly understood rules.
Right, things everyone agrees on for good reasons, like environmental protection.
Exactly. But the title, The Forbidden Continent, it hints at something more, doesn't it? It makes you wonder, is it just talking about those known rules? Or does it imply a deeper, more secretive layer of restriction? Something not openly talked about. Is it forbidden by treaty or forbidden by someone else? An unseen hand. And that leads straight to the most intriguing bit, the bit that really hooks the imagination. Secretive forbiddance. This is where the title really grabs you. It implies access is deliberately restricted, not just by nature or treaties, but maybe to hide specific information. Amazing discoveries. Even non-human stuff. What kind of secrets would be so big they'd need to keep an entire continent under wraps like that? It makes you think of classified operations, military or scientific, totally secret, or hidden ancient sites under the ice, remnants of lost civilizations. Some theories even go into, UFOs, ancient aliens, lost technologies down there. The idea is that powerful groups, governments, secret societies, maybe others, are actively stopping us from finding these things, not for environmental reasons, but for concealment. The narrative shifts, like you said, from too dangerous to go, too dangerous for you to know.
That's a really interesting distinction. The physical and legal versus this idea of deliberate, secretive forbidding. Are there historical examples? Places or information suppressed on a big scale, maybe using national security as cover, that help us grasp this secretive forbiddance idea.
That's a great point. And yeah, it taps into a long history. Think about things like the Vatican archives, historically kept secret, fueling centuries of speculation about hidden documents. Or, more controversially, debates about alleged UFO cover-ups. Information supposedly held back for national security, but critics say it's to hide paradigm-shifting truths. Even in science, theories were sometimes suppressed or ridiculed because they challenged the status quo. Galileo, plate tectonics initially. The common thread is this belief that some powerful group knows something the rest of us don't, and that knowledge is seen as too disruptive or dangerous.
Which naturally breeds conspiracy theories, but maybe sometimes there's a kernel of truth to information control.
Exactly. It reflects a real pattern. And the Forbidden Continent taps right into that deep psychological vein, promising to expose the ultimate withheld secret. Which brings us to the last part, maybe the most powerful. The psychology of forbidden knowledge. This is primal. We're fascinated by it. Think of all the myths and legends. Pandora's box, the Garden of Eden's forbidden fruit.
Secret chambers and pyramids, lost cities like El Dorado.
Right. Or the Library of Alexandria, holding all ancient knowledge. The word forbidden just automatically triggers curiosity, maybe even a bit of suspicion towards authority. It implies there's something valuable, maybe dangerous, being hidden. It promises exclusive access, knowledge others don't have. Appeals to our desire to be unique, to be in the know. This urge to uncover secrets, to peek behind the curtain. It's incredibly strong, driven explorers, scientists, revolutionaries throughout history. So the title resonates because it hits that nerve. Our drive to discover secrets, challenge narratives. It positions you, the reader, as someone about to get access to this incredibly exclusive, withheld stuff. It's irresistible.
Okay, so let's put it all together. We have this mysterious remote continent, a current date suggesting imminent reveals, and this really tantalizing idea that it's forbidden for secret reasons. And all of that builds up to the biggest claim, the most monumental one in the title, that Antarctica holds Earth's true history. I mean, that's not just a lost city or a hidden base. That suggests a total rethink of everything we thought we knew about the past, a complete paradigm shift.
Yeah, this raises an absolutely fundamental question, doesn't it? What is true history, and what does claiming to hold it imply about our current understanding? The phrase itself is immediately, well, aggressive. It challenges the official story, the history taught in schools, seen in documentaries, read in books. It strongly suggests that mainstream history is incomplete at best, maybe misleading, maybe even totally wrong. It hints there's a hidden, more accurate version of events, suppressed or lost, waiting to be found in the most unlikely place. It basically says our timeline of human civilization, geological history, even life on Earth, it's just a fraction, or maybe even a carefully constructed illusion. This idea of true history is so provocative because it forces us to confront how history even works. Is it fixed, objective, or is it always being rewritten by new discoveries, new perspectives? Historians revise things all the time based on new evidence, archaeology, new translations, dating methods.
Sure, small adjustments happen constantly.
Right, but this title implies something way bigger. A fundamental overturning, not just tweaking the edges. It promises not just more history, but a different history altogether. Let's think about the kinds of true history it could possibly hold, given the speculative nature here. One common idea is lost civilizations. The title might imply evidence of really advanced ancient societies predating known history, maybe wiped out by catastrophe, perfectly preserved under the ice. Imagine finding cities, tech, whole societies from when Antarctica wasn't frozen, maybe before a pole shift or sudden climate change plunged it into an ice age.
Like the ideas Graham Hancock talks about, ancient maps, ice age civilizations.
Exactly. Theories like that suggest sophisticated cultures existed way back, with knowledge we don't credit them with. Maybe the Peary Race map showing an ice-free Antarctica. That hints at a lost source map from way older times. This book title promises actual proof of these lost worlds, shattering our timeline of when complex societies arose, maybe even what tech they had. Or, another possibility, records of ancient cataclysms. Earth's history has huge events, asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, sudden climate shifts, maybe even a global flood, like in many old myths. Antarctica's ice cores already give us amazing climate data going back hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah, that's established science.
True, but Earth's true history implies something much more dramatic than just climate graphs. It could mean preserved evidence of cataclysms that totally reshaped the planet in ways we don't grasp. Events that maybe caused Antarctica to freeze suddenly, trapping whatever was there, like the Younger Dryas impact theory. The idea that a comet hit around 12,800 years ago, causing a sudden freeze, mass extinctions, maybe wiping out advanced cultures. This title implies Antarctica holds the smoking gun for something like that, revealing its full scale, its impact. It's about events that changed everything. And then there's the really wild stuff, evidence of pre-human or non-human presence. Could Antarctica hold a history of life forms or intelligences before humans, or alongside us, hidden away? Could be unknown creatures, cryptids, and subglacial lakes, or primordial beings challenging evolution as we know it, or ancient alien visitors, bases, artifacts left behind thousands, millions of years ago, influencing early life. The ice is like the ultimate time capsule. It could preserve physical remains, tech artifacts that defy explanation, biological samples.
That would certainly change our place in the universe.
Absolutely. Challenge human exceptionalism, force us to consider a much bigger, maybe humbling story of Earth's past.
So how could a continent actually hold such deep truths? We're not talking just a few fossils. Holds Earth's true history sounds massive, undeniable. What mechanisms could be involved?
Good question. The scale of the claim needs a grand mechanism, the most direct way. Physical ruins, whole cities, structures perfectly preserved under the ice, like Pompeii, but maybe much older and frozen instead of buried in ash. The cold could keep materials intact for ages. Monumental buildings, libraries on ancient durable media, even tech complexes. Imagine finding a library of Alexandria, but frozen.
Wow, a complete record.
Beyond ruins, maybe fossilized records of totally unknown species. Or unique geological layers revealing a whole new planetary timeline. The geology itself would hold clues. Maybe preserved artifacts, technologies, or biological samples that just rewrite the tree of life, showing intelligence long before us. Or, getting more speculative, maybe information held in non-physical ways. Energy signatures, some kind of memory in the land or ice itself, waiting for the right tech or consciousness to read it. The claim is so huge, it kind of pushes you to think about these vast possibilities.
Okay, so if Earth's true history was revealed from Antarctica, what are the implications? This isn't just academic. It sounds like massive societal, scientific, philosophical upheaval.
Oh, the implications would be profound, absolutely profound, touching everything, societally. Huge upheaval. Our science, history, philosophy, maybe even religious beliefs, shattered overnight. If evidence of, say, advanced pre-humans was found, we'd have to rethink human progress completely. History's cyclical. What knowledge was lost, it's not a minor tweak. It's a fundamental reset of how we see ourselves. Think about our sense of identity. What if our whole story has been wrong or hidden? Finding a lost civilization or pre-human intelligence. It forces uncomfortable truths about our origins, our path. Challenges human exceptionalism, our perceived place at the top. Could be a crisis, but maybe also huge growth, a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. Scientifically, a revolution, new fields of study overnight. Geology, biology, anthropology, physics, all potentially rewritten. Think about past paradigm shifts, plate tectonics changing geology, the Rosetta Stone unlocking Egypt.
Or even Göbekli Tepe recently,
Yeah.
that site in Turkey pushing back timelines for complex society by thousands of years.
Exactly. Göbekli Tepe challenged the idea that agriculture came before complex structures. This title suggests a Göbekli Tepe effect, but on a planetary scale, revealed from Antarctica. Discoveries like that don't just add knowledge, they force us to build entirely new frameworks. And philosophically, it would demand new ways to think about purpose, progress, truth itself. If history is so different, how do we know anything? Which is why critical thinking is so vital with claims like this. It's not just belief or disbelief, it's about rigorously looking at the claims, the potential evidence, the implications, the motivations. The promise is so immense, it demands that kind of tough mental engagement, pushes us to question our toughest assumptions.
And that is exactly why this single title, with zero actual content provided, becomes a deep dive all by itself. It taps into that fundamental human desire for the aha moment, right? That rush of getting unique, paradigm-shifting knowledge. The power of just a title to suggest such a radical shift, it's really quite astonishing. It offers the ultimate aha, a promise to see everything differently, a peek behind the reality curtain.
Which brings up an important question, especially for you listening. What's the difference between a provocative title designed just to grab attention, maybe even mislead, and a real substantiated claim backed by solid evidence? That's the journey this title invites us on. It's not just the claim, but the process of exploring it. Thinking about the implications, understanding why we're drawn to these grand, hidden stories. Why do we want a secret history? Disillusionment with the mainstream. Desire for a bigger cosmic story. Just yearning for meaning. This title is the perfect prompt to examine not just what could be, but why we find it so fascinating. It makes us think about that line between known fact and speculation, and about history itself. Is it fixed, or always open to revision, maybe from the most unlikely places?
So here we are. End of a truly unique deep dive. And it's really remarkable, isn't it? Our whole conversation came from analyzing just one book title, Antarctica 2025, the forbidden continent that holds Earth's true history. No pages, no chapters, just those words. It shows how much meaning can be packed into just a few words.
What's truly captivating is the craft involved in titling, isn't it? It's more than a label, it's like a mini story. A powerful title like this doesn't just hint at content, it encapsulates a whole narrative, primes you for revelation, forbidden knowledge, ultimate truth. promises to pull back a curtain on secrets hidden for ages. And the fact that a title like this could exist, be published in 2025, it says a lot about our ongoing search for deeper, maybe uncomfortable truths about our origins, our planet. Especially from mysterious places like Antarctica. Shows how much we crave stories that challenge us, give us that feeling of unlocking something profound, exclusive, a secret only a few grasp.
Indeed. Makes you ask, what stands out to you about this title? Is it the continent itself? The mystery? The years suggesting something's about to happen? The word forbidden hinting at secrets? Or that massive claim about Earth's true history, rewriting everything? The allure of the unknown is powerful. And there's a certain satisfaction just in thinking about such huge claims, right? Lets you play with possibilities, imagine beyond what we know. Feel like you're on the edge of discovery.
Precisely. And it shows how readily we're drawn to narratives that rewrite history, especially involving places like Antarctica. That desire to find the missing link, the true origin, the hidden truth. It's deep in us, testament to our curiosity and our capacity for both belief and, hopefully, skepticism too.
And with that, we wrap up this unique deep dive. Thanks for joining us exploring the sheer potential and intrigue packed into just a single title. A powerful reminder of how much meaning can ride on just a few words.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it leaves us with a really provocative question, doesn't it? What is the nature of history? Is it fixed, known, or is it dynamic, always unfolding, open to radical revision, maybe from the most remote, most forbidden corners of Earth? What other forbidden knowledge might be waiting? Under the ice, in old archives, maybe hidden in plain sight, waiting to reshape how we see the world and ourselves?
A question definitely worth pondering. And we encourage you, stay curious. Always question the narratives you encounter. And consider, what do you believe might constitute Earth's true history? Until next time, keep diving deep into the knowledge around you.